is in cases like this, what I usually find out later is that there might have been 6 people that came together and made that statement, but 3 or 4 of them will say to me, I didn't really want to do that. I felt like I had to be a part of that joint statement, or I was told that if I don't, X, Y, and Z. So one of the thoughts that I had when I read the statement was, is that actually what all of them are feeling? Or are some of them sitting there going, I wish I wasn't standing here right now and saying this? We don't really know, but I think it's definitely possible that they don't all feel the support that they're conveying in the media.
When you're an expert in trauma, what could the path forward look like for Diddy's children, especially if their father is convicted and or he continues to face the staggering amount of lawsuits that he's facing right now?
I mean, the first one I think of is betrayal trauma. That type of trauma where you have to find a way to come to terms with the idea that, especially if he ends up being found guilty on any of these allegations, like really just sitting there figuring out how to make sense of this person who obviously they have a very close relationship with. What I imagine for the family is that they will, and I don't know if they'll go to therapy, but they certainly will need a lot of support and a lot of time to really figure out, first, how do you come to terms with what's already been put out there? Then, if he ends up staying in prison because he's in prison, he's in jail now, what is that going to mean for them in terms of their relationship with their father? I think, again, what's going to happen is they will feel like they lost their father. Even if he's alive and well behind bars, you can't have a normal relationship with a parent when they're not in the public, when they're not out and about living their lives. So I think that there's a long, long road for each of them, and it'll be interesting to see how, sort of like how things evolve with the family members, especially, again, the daughters, because they're still kids. The 2-year-old daughter, she's going to find out stuff way after all this is over. But his teenage daughters, they're developing and they're learning and they're going to figure a lot out in the next 5 to 10 years. So I'm hoping that they get support and that they don't feel like they have to do this by themselves, because it is traumatic to go through what they're going through.
And I did want to just throw this question out to you, Sherry, as well, too. What is it like for children whose father was held in such high regard in a way? Like, sure, a lot of people were intimidated by him and his and the power that he had exuded previously, but what is it like for a billion-dollar music
Pretty good.
who was
You like it?
publicly loved and adored by so many people?
You brushing
I
your
say that kind of
teeth?
loosely a little bit. But what is it like for them to kind of see that decline from him being this enamored figure to kind of being a pariah by all accounts?
It's devastating. That in and of itself is such a big loss for them. And again, we've seen this in other cases. Bill Cosby, Harvey Weinstein, this pediatrician that I'm working on in that case. When somebody has such a high stature in society, or so well respected, and then we find out all these other things that apparently, allegedly have been going on for decades. It's sort of like when somebody dies suddenly. At first, you're just like, wait, what just happened? There's this element of shock and disbelief, and it takes a while to really, wait, this is actually something that could have happened. It did happen. So I think over time, the defenses start to drop,
Taking
and that's
a
when
video
the
of
real
her.
feelings of
I didn't get you, but you see how she dangles it halfway off the couch?
For people who are going through
It's
this,
like,
and I don't think we should judge
why does
people
she
in that
do
situation.
that?
I don't think that we should lash out when they're posting their perspective or their position, because it's what they feel, and I think that we have to give them the time
When
to
I
think,
said
figure out what their
video,
opinion
you
is
ran.
of their father and
I'm
what's
not
capable
taking a
of,
video
what's
of
happening.
you.
Excellent insight from you, Sherry. I really appreciate your time today. Before we send you off, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Does my face
I mean,
look
I would
better?
just like to say, this is not an uncommon phenomenon.